On the Money here on WDBO 107.3 FM, AM 580, always streaming live inside your WDBO app or your WDBO desktop at WDBO.com. This is on, well, WDBO. If you want to join the conversation, 844-580-9326. If you want to know more about the conversation, well, that's what this is. This is On the Money, brought to you by the Certified Financial Group, answering your financial questions live every Saturday at 9 a.m. for like 175 years now, something on WDBO. Yep. It's been quite some time here with the Certified Financial Group, always bringing in certified financial planners to the radio station answering your calls. We got Rodney Ownby and Aaron Bert in studio today. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
We're doing great. How are you doing, Josh?
Doing just fine, just fine.
We were just lamenting or talking about the thunderstorm that rolled through last night and how it woke both of us up, Rodney and I. And he asked how long it went on for. I said, I don't know. I rolled over and went back to sleep. I don't really know.
I was up for maybe 3 seconds, to the point where I heard it again on the weather this morning, and I forgot all about it. I thought it maybe was a dream.
Yeah, I know.
I guess that was real.
Same kind of thing happened to me as well. So Rodney and I are not here to talk about thunderstorms, though we could probably talk about that for an hour.
Something else electric.
Yeah, we'll talk about some other electric items. But Rodney and I are here to talk about anything having to do with your financial situation. Monday through Friday, Rodney and I and the other 14 certified financial planner professionals here in our offices in Altamont Springs meet with clients and discuss things dealing with their financial life. We spend a lot of time talking about retirement planning and Social Security planning and insurance planning and investment planning and all these planning words that we deal with day in and day out. And really, that's what we spend the majority of our time doing. I actually had a client come in yesterday and say, what do you CFPs do when you're not meeting with clients? And I thought that was an interesting question. And when we're not meeting with clients, we're either learning, we're preparing for meetings with clients, we're bringing in new clients and answering emails and calls and providing advice. Really, I feel like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And fortunately for all of you out there listening right now, we are here to provide advice to you about anything having to do with your financial life. So if you have a question about stocks or bonds or mutual funds or annuities or long-term health care or life insurance or real estate, or we're going to talk about interest rates here in a little bit, but anything having to do with your financial advice or financial life, Rodney and I are here to provide advice. And the lines are absolutely wide open. So if you have a call or a question, give us a call at these magic numbers. Go ahead, Josh. Give them
the magic numbers are as follows: 844-580-9326, 844-580-WDBO, or you're more than welcome to open up your WDBO app and send us an open mic with that question. We got certified financial planners Aaron Bert and Rodney Ownby here on the air answering your questions. And we'll begin the show today with our topic, which, as Aaron mentioned earlier, the great interest rate debate of 2024 continues.
That's right, Josh. You know, if you look back to the beginning of the year, the Fed was actually talking about lowering interest rates.
Yeah, actually going back to kast year, I believe, is when it started kicking off that rally in the second or the fourth quarter of last year.
Right, and there was an anticipation of 3 cuts in 2024, 3.25% reductions to the rate.
And why is that important for our listeners out there? What do interest rates have to do with their life, their world, their portfolio?
Well, the market's, as you know, Aaron, is driven by corporate profits. And if you lower interest rates, then corporations pay less for debt, right?
Which then means that they're more
their profits. And makes them more profitable, right?
Which generally is good for their bottom line, which is good for the anticipation of future earnings, which then drives stock prices.
Exactly. And the anticipation of that is what drove the market in January, in February even. But what we've found here in the last couple of weeks is that inflation is a little bit more stubborn than everyone had anticipated, right? It's still hovering around 3%. And as you know, the Fed target that they've reiterated over and over again is 2%.
You think we'll get down there?
I think we will, but it may take a little bit more time than everybody thought. Right?
Which is why the anticipation for interest rates is continuing to be elevated.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the other bad thing about interest rates is on the fixed income side as well, right?
Right.
So what's happening on the fixed income side with interest rates?
So if rates go up, then bond prices go down, right?
Right.
And that's what we witnessed in 2022 as rates were going up so swiftly. there's been an anticipation if rates go down that bond prices would actually go up. So that's been delayed as well in conjunction with this whole delay in reductions in interest rates.
Right. So the interest rates rising in 2022 is really what drove the markets that year. As they continue to raise rates, the stock market got hit because of the anticipation that those corporate earnings would be less and less and less. And at the time, they had no idea of when it would stop. And the other thing it was doing is it was killing bond prices because the bond prices were falling down and down and down. And so it was kind of that double whammy of the stocks going down and the bonds going up. And it was one of those times where everything kind of became correlated in 2022.
Exactly. So the analogy that people have made with inflation is that it's kind of like your golf game, right? If you start out, you're shooting 130, 120, 130, it's easy to get to 100. But if you want to get below 100...
Is it easy to get to 100?
Well, not speaking from experience, that's what I've been told.
Sure.
It's easy to get to 100, but when you want to actually get below 100 and even below 90, it gets increasingly difficult. And it's similar with inflation. It's easy to get, from 9% to 5 or 6%, but we've seen that it's taken a little bit more time to get to the 2% target.
Got it.
We're hovering around 3% right now.
Now, there are some advantages to the interest rates going up, right? Rodney?
Like...
What are the advantages of interest rates going up? What's some of the positive stuff that's out there that we're seeing?
Well, it puts the brakes on the economy, right? If the economy's overheating,
sure,
and prices are, because of inflation, prices are going up, it slows that down.
Sure. But if you got money,
moderates.
if you got money sitting in money market or in the savings account or in any of those other kind of fixed vehicles, you've really been enjoying some increased interest lately.
Exactly.
We're still seeing money market rates north of 5%. We're seeing short-term treasuries north of 5% for a year. So all the stuff on the short side of the curve, 1 year or less, has really been the return that you're getting on those vehicles has really been elevated. So if you have some cash sitting on the sidelines, sitting in one of those bank accounts earning zero, which is what we still see with a lot of our clients, earning not a lot of money at all, there are some very, very good opportunities out there and some extremely safe money market, short-term treasury type investments, right, where you can be earning north of 5% for a year or so. And it's interesting because we see a lot of our clients have been bringing us cash that they've had sitting in the bank, and they're pulling up their bank statements and they're saying, well, why did I earn $10 on my $500,000 I have sitting in the bank, or whatever the number might be? And it just goes to show that the banks haven't caught up on those checking account savings or the savings interest rates for the most part. And since they're still all lagging behind, there's still some really good opportunities to transition some of that cash over into some higher yielding vehicles. Again, safer because it's in the money markets. Right. Even CD rates are going up, and fixed annuity rates are going up. And again, the short-term treasury rates are all still elevated because of the rise of the interest rates. Now, when they start cutting rates, the opposite's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
But for right now, you can kind of enjoy it while it's available.
Which, as you know, for retarees, the heavier weighting to the fixed income securities, this has helped them a lot.
Oh, yeah. And that's part of what we do planning when we meet with clients. As I mentioned earlier, we meet with a lot of clients and do retirement planning and do some modeling for them. And some of the things that we like to focus on is in the short term, especially when they're first starting retirement, is to build up a little war chest of cash to weather the storms and the volatility that's eventually going to happen in the market. And so if you do have that, that war chest as you head into retirement, that safety net or emergency fund, as you might say, and if you can earn some interest on it, that just makes it even better and kind of supercharges those first couple of years as you start transitioning from earning a paycheck to starting to withdraw and use your account as your paycheck going forward. So,
to your point earlier, it was probably weekly, I talked to someone who's still getting 1.2% in their checking account.
Oh, yeah.
And they're shocked to hear that they can get 5%.
Oh, yeah. We see it all the time as well.
Safe money market account.
And it's funny, too, because clients will come and see us, or prospects will come and see us, and they'll hand us a statement from their bank. And as soon as I see the name at the top of the bank, I know exactly what's about to happen, because they just don't realize it, don't know the opportunities that are out there, don't realize that, that there are some vehicles out there paying a much, much higher. I mean, the difference between 1% and 5% is huge.
It's huge.
It's huge, especially if you're basically doing it with zero risk in a government money market fund or a short-term treasury. So And that's what we do with clients day in and day out. We point out or provide opportunities for them to increase or improve their financial situation. And a lot of times it's not even a major change that they have to do. It's little things around the edges, whether it's, trying to figure out ways to maximize earnings on their cash, or repositioning their portfolio for them so that they're diversifying out of, the large cap growth stocks, if that's what they've been in, and reducing their risk to get further diversification with the portfolio. And that's one of the things we focus on as well. I'll just bring this up because I mentioned large cap growth stocks. We see a lot of clients who walk in who are just overloaded right now in the large cap growth space, because that's been doing pretty well over the last couple of years. And the idea behind doing planning when we meet with clients is trying to figure out, how conservatively they can invest their money and still have a high probability of not running out of money at their life expectancy. And so I always use the analogy, it's like you're going on a trip. If you could get there going, if you can get there going 60 safely, why would we hit the gas and go try to get there going 90 just to get there a little bit faster? So again, that's what Rodney and I and the other 14 certified financial planners do here at the Certified Financial Group, and we'd love to take your questions. And so I know we're coming up to a break here. You want to give out those numbers one more time, Josh?
You got it. 844-580-9326 is the number to call. Rodney Ownby and Aaron Bert with the Certified Financial Group answering your financial questions. The number to call again is 844-580-WDBO, or send in your question via the WDBO open mic inside the WDBO app. You're listening to On the Money, where we're planning tomorrow,
today,
with the Certified Financial Group.
For more than 40 years, our certified financial planner professionals, acting as fiduciaries, have been providing retirement planning and asset management for a fee to countless families across Central Florida.
We've been with Certified since 1992.
We're now into the third or fourth generation of clients that have come to CFG and the team here to do a great job.
It's been so long since I've been doing this that I just don't even worry about anything anymore.
We're a certified financial group, where we're planning tomorrow, today. Our fiduciary approach of providing retirement planning and investment management for a fee seems to resonate with our clients. But don't take my word for it.
I knew a gentleman that I worked with who had come to Certified Financial Group.
A friend of mine recommended them, and they were totally correct how good they are.
I had heard from somebody else that it was the best one in town.
I've sent several of my teacher friends here.
We're a certified financial group, where we're planning tomorrow, today. You may be new to the area, but we're not. For more than 40 years, our certified financial planner professionals, acting as fiduciaries, have been providing retirement planning and asset management for a fee to countless families across Central Florida.
We've been with Certified since 1992.
We're now into the third or fourth generation of clients that have come to CFG and the team here to do a great job.
It's been so long since I've been doing this that I just don't even worry about anything anymore.
We're a certified financial group, where we're planning tomorrow, today. Black Monday, the dot-com bust, 9/11, and now 2 wars. We've pretty much seen it all. Acting as fiduciaries, our CFP professionals have been a steady hand guiding our clients to and through their retirement years.
No reason to be worried about anything.
Stay the course. You stay the course, and you get there.
I don't have to worry about it like I know a lot of people look at it every day. I don't have to do that with the team here at Certified Financial Group.
We're a certified financial group, where we're planning tomorrow, today. Are you tired of trying to reach your advisor through a call center and being put on hold for 20 minutes? That's why we don't use one, and our clients seem to appreciate the personal touch.
They always answer my questions and really care about what's going on with me.
You can trust what they say, and they do what they say, and it gives you a comfort feeling it's hard to find in the world today.
Waiting for you to call almost. You almost feel like that.
We're a certified financial group, where we're planning tomorrow, today.
As an investor, you want peace of mind. You need to know that your advisor is not only thoroughly competent, but also a fiduciary. In other words, he or she is acting at all times in your best interests. You need to trust your advisor, regardless of how much money you have to invest or what part of the world you're in. It might not be your money you're entrusting the advisor with, Perhaps you're a board member of a charity or foundation whose future depends on prudent investment. Or perhaps you have the responsibility of making investment decisions on behalf of other people. As the trustee of a retirement plan, the decisions you make can have a direct impact on the lives of your employees. Whatever type of investor you are, the solution is to use an advisor certified by the Center for Fiduciary Excellence. A CFEX certified advisory firm demonstrates its adherence to a global fiduciary standard of excellence, a defined standard with specific criteria covering 21 best practices. The documented, repeatable processes and the evidence-based decision-making that CFEX demands are more likely to generate investment portfolios that match client needs and expectations. And because the firm voluntarily agrees to a rigorous annual audit, investors can rest assured that their advisor continues to work to the highest professional standards. This independent verification is even more critical for trustees and investment committee members of retirement plans who are legally required to conduct regular due diligence on their service providers. Use a CFEX certified firm, and that job has been done already by an expert at no expense to the plan. So why leave anything to chance? Insist on working with investment professionals you can truly trust. Insist on using a CFEX certified advisor.
So you guys don't know Chicago, but I'm sure in your neighborhood you guys have an old school butcher where you walk in and there's a bunch of guys, no gloves, big white aprons, and there's Frank and there's Steve.
Welcome back to On the Money right here on WDBO 107.3 FM AM 580, always streaming inside your WDBO app. Rodney Ownby and Aaron Bert, certified financial planners from the Certified Financial Group, in studio today answering your question. If you want to join the conversation, the number is 844-580-9326. Maybe you want to make sure your retirement plan is on schedule, or maybe you want to just start one. You know, it's never too late to start one. The best time is 20 years ago. The second best time to start one is today. So go ahead and pick up the phone, 844-580-9326, 844-580-WDBO, or send in your open mic using that free WDBO app.
All right, so we are here, Rodney and I are here, taking your questions, as we mentioned before the break. Anything having to do with your personal financial situation. Like we said earlier, Rodney and I and the other 14 certified financial planner professionals are taking questions from our clients day in and day out, Monday through Friday, and today we are here to do that for you guys. So if you have any questions, give us a call. And we also have Wynn Smith, another certified financial planner professional, taking calls off the air. So if you're interested in giving Wynn a call, if you're a little shy to get on the air, feel free to give him a call at 407-869-9800. That is our office number, and he's taking calls there at 407-869-9800. If he does not answer, please leave him a message and he'll give you a call right back. That means he's on a call already. So again, Wynn Smith is taking calls off the air right now here at our office. I think we wanted to jump to and talk about our seminars that are coming up, Rodney.
That's right. We've got actually a week from today, from 10 to noon, Gary Abley will be hosting Healthcare Options in Retirement. That one fills up quick, so you want to sign up for that one.
What else we got going on?
List. And then we've got Social Security Planning. That's with Charles Curry. That's May 29th. That's actually a Wednesday. That's from 6:30 to 8 p.m., hosted by Charles.
If you're interested in signing up for any of those seminars, you can go to our website, financialgroup.com. At the very top, I think it says workshops up there. You can click and register. Like Rodney said, though, Gary's seminar on healthcare. Actually, Social Security fills up pretty fast as well. So all the seminars have been pretty popular. Last time they were standing room only here at our office. There's no cost to attend. It's really just an opportunity to get some free information. It's our offering to educate the general public and give you guys an opportunity to get to know us, get to know the planner that you're meeting with, get some good information, usually get some snacks. And again, leave your checkbook at home. There's absolutely no cost to attend any of those. Gary's, again, is on Saturday, a week from today, here in our office. And then Wednesday, was it the 29th?
Yeah, May 29th.
It's Charles Curry, and I think that's a Wednesday here in our office as well.
So it is, yeah, it's 6:30 to 8 p.m.
So again, just an opportunity. And if you've never been to our website, there's lots of great tools, information, bios on all the planners. You can click. You can message any of us directly through our website. It's a great resource. If you've never been on there, financialgroup.com. Again, financialgroup.com, our contact information is on there as well, and you can sign up for seminars and get some great information on our website. So I saw we got a text question come in there, Josh. We got time to hit that, or are we going to hit that after the break?
It's probably best if we can dedicate a little more time after the break to that topic.
Okay, super. So what else? Let's talk about Score My Funds. So we're talking about the web, and I'll just drop in scoremyfunds.com as another website that we sponsor. I hear the background music playing, so that means we're coming up to a break. But I can go back to Score My Funds when we get back from the 30-minute or the half-hour break here, and tell you guys what that's all about and how we manage, score, and evaluate mutual funds and exchange-traded funds. And we'll do that for you for free. So more information on that after the break here, and take it away.
Rodney Ownby, Aaron Bert, certified financial planners with the Certified Financial Group in studio, answering your questions, talking about the things that people want to hear about here on the On the Money Show. 844-580-9326 is the number to call. 844-580-WDBO if you want to join the conversation, or send in your open mic using the free WDBO app. You're listening to On the Money, where we are planning tomorrow.
Today.
With the Certified Financial Group.
For more than 40 years, our certified financial planner professionals, acting as fiduciaries, have been providing retirement planning and asset management for a fee to countless families across Central Florida.
We've been with Certified since 1992.
We're now into the third or fourth generation of clients that have come to CFG and the team here to do a great job.
It's been so long since I've been doing this that I just don't even worry about anything anymore.
We're a certified financial group, but we're planning tomorrow, today. Our fiduciary approach of providing retirement planning and investment management for a fee seems to resonate with our clients. But don't take my word for it.
I knew a gentleman that I worked with who had come to Certified Financial Group.
A friend of mine recommended them, and they were totally correct how good they are.
I had heard from somebody else that it was the best one in town.
I've sent several of my teacher friends here.
We're a certified financial group, but we're planning tomorrow, today.
As an investor, you want peace of mind. You need to know that your advisor is not only thoroughly competent, but also a fiduciary. In other words, he or she is acting at all times in your best interests. You need to trust your advisor, regardless of how much money you have to invest or what part of the world you're in. It might not be your money you're entrusting the advisor with. Perhaps you're a board member of a charity or foundation whose future depends on prudent investment. Or perhaps you have the responsibility of making investment decisions on behalf of other people. As the trustee of a retirement plan, the decisions you make can have a direct impact on the lives of your employees. Whatever type of investor you are, the solution is to use an advisor certified by the Center for Fiduciary Excellence. A CFEX certified advisory firm demonstrates its adherence to a global fiduciary standard of excellence, a defined standard with specific criteria covering 21 best practices. The documented, repeatable processes and the evidence-based decision-making that CFEX demands are more likely to generate investment portfolios that match client needs and expectations. And because the firm voluntarily agrees to a rigorous annual audit, investors can rest assured that their advisor continues to work to the highest professional standards. This independent verification is even more critical for trustees and investment committee members of retirement plans who are legally required to conduct regular due diligence on their service providers. Use a CFEX certified firm, and that job has been done already by an expert at no expense to the plan. So why leave anything to chance? Insist on working with investment professionals you can truly trust. Insist on using a CFEX certified advisor.
You may be new to the area, but we're not. For more than 40 years, our certified financial planner professionals, acting as fiduciaries and providing retirement planning and asset management for a fee to countless families across Central Florida.
We've been with Certified since 1992.
We're now into the third or fourth generation of clients that have come to CFG and the team here to do a great job.
It's been so long since I've been doing this that I just don't even worry about anything anymore.
We're Certified Financial Group, but we're planning tomorrow, today. Black Monday, the dot-com bust, 9/11, and now 2 wars. We've pretty much seen it all. Acting as fiduciaries, our CFP professionals have been a steady hand guiding our clients to and through their retirement years.
No reason to be worried about anything.
Stay the course. You stay the course, and you get there.
I don't have to worry about it like I know a lot of people look at it every day. I don't have to do that with the team here at Certified Financial Group.
We're Certified Financial Group, but we're planning tomorrow, today.
So you guys don't know Chicago, but I'm sure in your neighborhood you guys have an old school butcher where you walk in and there's a bunch of guys, no gloves, big white aprons, and there's Frank and there's Stevie and there's Mikey. And these guys know more about meat and more about animals and more about cooking the meat than any of us will ever learn. And so you walk in, you say, "Hey, Lou, I'm barbecuing this weekend, right? What do you like?" And Lou goes to the big racks of stuff he has underneath the glass, and he goes, the veal chops, just in from Argentina, they are the bomb. And you go, veal? Oh, I like veal. Well, what do you got on skirt steak? Oh, we got some great skirt steak. Just came in yesterday from Montana. Skirt steak is one of my favorite, marinated up a little bit. It's fantastic. Lou will never say to you, Elliot, it's a little long on the meat here, big guy. Your cholesterol is getting high. Why don't you go down to the fishmonger a couple blocks and have a nice piece of salmon? Right? He'll never do that. Why? His job is to sell me meat, and I go in, actually the same way I go into the Toyota dealership, because I like Toyotas, and I trust the salesman to sell me a good product if I trust him. And the fact that he's got my interest at heart vis-a-vis my expectations for selling me that thing. By the same token, when I go to see a dietitian, I know she's going to look at all of my labs, she's going to take all the measurements, she's going to run all of her analysis, and she's going to absolutely give me her best thinking on what's best for me. Whether she's a vegetarian or a meat lover, likes this, likes that, if she thinks I should be doing something differently, even if it's not good for her, she's going to give me an opinion that's for my interest. So what's the difference between a fiduciary and the brokers? Well, these are dietitians, these are butchers. It's that simple. Brokers are butchers selling products.
On the money right here on WDBO 107.3 FM, AM 580, always streaming live in your WDBO app. 844-580-9326 is the number to call. If you got a question about your financial future, your retirement funds, your 401k, your Roth IRA, all kinds of letters and numbers that only Aaron Bert and Rodney Ownby with the Certified Financial Group understand and can break down for you. That's what they do Monday through Friday, every day at their office there in Longwood at Certified Financial Group, and live on the air right now, and every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. 844-580-WDBO. Send in your open mic using that free WDBO app. And let's say somebody listening right now, Rodney and Aaron, say they have a couple of funds and they want to see what the score is on their funds. You have a pretty handy tool for that too.
Yeah, we do, and I kind of teased that before we went to the break. We have a website that we support called scoremyfunds.com, and it's the ability for anybody, whether it's a prospect or client, that wants to get an analysis done on the funds that they currently hold within their portfolio or their account. They can basically go in there, plug in the ticker symbols, give us their contact information so we can run the report and return it back to them. And there's no cost to do that as well. And this is the scoring system that we didn't create. We actually licensed it. It was originated at the University of Pittsburgh through the Center for Fiduciary Studies. And it's a non-biased way to evaluate investments and compare investments against their peers or their peer group. And so there's 11 distinct criteria that we look at, ranging from returns to alpha and Sharpe ratios to style and composition and manager tenure and among other things. And then they're all weighted, and then it generates a score for us to be able to compare like type investments. So whenever you're comparing investments, and we get this question a lot actually, people are always comparing their portfolio against the market, the S&P 500 or whatever their term for the market may be. And really, it's not a fair comparison because a lot of times you don't own the S&P 500 in your portfolio. I mean, you may have an S&P 500 fund, but normally you're much more broadly diversified than that. Right. And so the idea is always to make sure that you're doing a fair comparison whenever you're comparing investments, and then that's what we're trying to do with our Score My Funds. So scoremyfunds.com, again, you can go there, type in your tickers, and provide some contact information. We'll generate a report and send that back to you. Again, no cost to do so, and it's just a service that we're providing for clients and prospects, and if you're interested, again, that's available. I will circle back also to note that if you don't want to call and talk on the air, we do have Win Smith taking calls off the air at our office number, 407-869-9800. Again, 407-869-9800. And Win is available to take your call off the air. If he does not answer, please leave a message. That means he's on a call, and he'll call you back when he has a chance here shortly. So let's circle back to that text question that came in, Josh.
You got it. If you want to join the conversation live on the air, the number to call is 844-580-9326, 844-580-WDBO. Text message from Pete in Orlando. Pete says, I got money to invest, but people I trust have told me to wait until after this year's election. What do you guys think about that one?
Conventional wisdom says that if you take a long-term perspective, you should invest today. Regardless of what's going on around you, because over time, stocks not only beat inflation, but they grow your wealth better than any other investment vehicle. So my advice to Pete would be not to wait for some event, something that has to happen for him to be ready to invest. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't build a strategy and do it in a measured way, but the conventional wisdom says if you're going to invest, to do it today. Don't wait on some event.
Right. It's irrespective of what's actually happening in the economy or at the time, or the election or the war or the interest rates or whatever is happening at the crisis du jour. Because there's always something, right? There's always something.
There's always something.
And so the idea, especially in an election year, because people always get nervous because people don't like change. And when things may change or the prospect of things changing makes people nervous, people don't like to have their cheese moved.
Right.
And so that just causes consternation, right? And so change is always brings about nervousness. But that's part of the planning process that you go through, or we go through, is to determine, what your time frame is. Again, how aggressively or conservatively can you invest? If it's a large chunk of money, maybe you're dollar cost averaging over the year to take advantage of some of the volatility that's occurring, over the next 12 months. If you need the money within 12 to 24 months, maybe you're not investing any of it at all. So it depends on your particular situation. And so that's part of what we do when we meet with clients, is really trying to figure out how this money should be allocated, positioned, what the time horizon is, and again, how aggressively, conservatively it should be invested. And then planning out those investments over a period of time if need be.
Pete should give us a call.
Yeah, Pete, if you're out there listening, give us a call. Be happy to walk you through that process, maybe do some planning with you and kind of give you our perspective on your particular situation. But that's a great question because, again, we get that a lot, especially as
election year.
Change is looming. Yeah,
Right.
and the funny thing is there's election year every 2 years, so it seems like
Right.
it seems like we're always up against it. And there's not a presidential election every 2 years, but there's always that turnover, the election cycle. It just seems to be constant nowadays.
And to your point earlier, there's always something happening, or there's always the anticipation of something that's going to happen.
Right.
So
right. And
that never changes.
Right. And in 2022, when Russia was invaded Ukraine, and then the interest rates were starting to happen, and then so that year was rough. But I think that had more to do with the interest rate environment. But the Russian thing didn't help either.
Right.
And then with the Palestinian war, with the Israelis going on, and that invasion, and in that whole thing occurring, and it's just there's always something. I mean, and so it's really you almost got to put that stuff, not necessarily take that into consideration, but there's always something going on. And we have this little chart. It's like investing through time, and it's a timeline of the S&P 500, I believe, and how it's grown over time, and all these major world events and where they occurred on the timeline going back, like 70 or 80 years. And the economy, the world just keeps kind of marching on, and it kind of blocks out some of that noise that's occurring.
Right.
But there's always something, and so that's why you need someone to hold your hand, remove the emotion from that something, and that's really why we exist, is because clients at some point realize that they don't have the fortitude to be able to stick with the program, understand the overall situation, and again, they don't want to have that responsibility, and so that's a large majority of our clients who are the delegator types who just don't want to look at it, don't want to mess with it. They want to know that somebody's flying the airplane that's competent up there in the cockpit, and they just want to sit in the back and watch the movie and maybe have a cocktail. So that's kind of what we do day in and day out. Looks like we have a question that came in from Sue.
That's right. If you want to join the conversation live on the air, 844-580-9326. Sue picked up the phone and called in from Oviedo. Go ahead, Sue. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My question is about estate planning. I'd like to set up some type of a trust for an only son, but my fear is we have no one to oversee it. So what do you do in a situation like that? I know you can get a complete stranger to do it, but we don't feel comfortable with that. So how would we go about doing this?
Sure. So we actually get that question a lot more frequently, if you can believe that. That's something that we've been running into a lot lately, is how do you deal with trust administration if you don't necessarily have someone that you trust to be the trustee? A lot of words of trust going in there. Is there a particular reason why you want to put things in trust for your son rather than just letting him outright inherit it? I mean, do you want to put restrictions on his inheritance? Is that the idea?
Not really. I just think he'll need help. He'll need help managing it because it would be quite large.
Sure. So there's two. So in the trust world, and again, let me preface this by saying I'm not an attorney, but in the trust world, so in the world of estate planning, there's a couple reasons why people establish trust. A trust normally is created to bypass probate, possibly. If you own multiple properties in different states, you can put it all in trust, and it'll help with the probate process going forward. But normally, trusts are created to put restrictions on funds when they are inherited, to remove control from the person or the beneficiary that is going to ultimately take over those funds for any particular reason. So it really depends on whether you're trying to do that or if you just want to leave it to him outright. Now, if you want to put controls in it and you don't have anybody that could be in that trustee role, what you would then need to do is hire what's called a corporate trustee. And a corporate trustee is, an attorney or someone locally who does that service, who basically just follows the rules of the trust, however it is written, to provide the benefits of that trust to the individual who is the beneficiary. We deal with a lot of corporate trustees, and it's a pretty seamless process as long as the trust clearly identifies, what the rules are and how they get distributions. So it's not something that's unusual. There just is a cost associated with it. So you have to be cognizant of the fact that if you're hiring a corporate trustee to help manage the distributions from that trust, that there's going to be a cost. We'd be happy to give you a referral if you want to call our office on Monday or shoot us an email. But we do deal with several corporate trustees in the local Orlando area.
And there are some smaller ones, Sue, that, it's not all the just national firms like Fidelity. There are some smaller ones that do a good job. So we could potentially steer you in the right direction with regard to that.
Yeah, and the idea is you sit down, you interview them, you talk to them, you get comfortable with them, and you talk through why you're trying to set it up this way. And again, and all their job is to follow the directions of whatever's outlined in that trust document, and make sure that the trustee or the beneficiary is aware of that, and then manage the distributions, the tax return, which is another issue that they have to deal with, to file the taxes and pay the taxes on the trust. And then their job is also to manage the investment manager or the investment advisor that's hired as well. So.
Well, one other quick question. What happens if the corporate trustee, they go out of business or something happens to the person? What happens to the trust then?
Yeah, there's provisions within the trust about how, so when the trust document is written, you should have provisions in the trust about how to name successor trustees. So all of that's outlined in the trust document when you actually create that. Have you created the trust already? Has that already been done?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm pretty well got everything where, I don't have to worry about probate except for one brokerage account that doesn't allow it to be set up that way, but I just don't think he'll be able to manage it on his own.
Sure. So if you want to, so that's again something we deal with the children of our clients as well. We help walk them through that process when the time comes. So if you're interested, give our office a call. I know we can help you. Our number is 407-869-9800, or you could check out our website, financialgroup.com. And we're up against a break here. So best of luck to you, Sue, and thank you for the call.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you so much, Sue. You're listening to On the Money, where we're planning tomorrow.
Today.
With the Certified Financial Group.
Product, fiduciaries or dietitians looking after your health. The problem is most people think that their butcher is a dietitian. So when one of your moms or dads or friends calls the broker and says, I got $200,000, I sold a little piece of property, or I got some inheritance, what should I do with it? They're going in thinking they're talking to a dietitian, and they're really talking to Lou the butcher.
Are you tired of trying to reach your advisor through a call center and being put on hold for 20 minutes? That's why we don't use one, and our clients seem to appreciate the personal touch.
They always answer my questions and really care about what's going on with me.
You can trust what they say, and they do what they say, and it gives you a comfort feeling it's hard to find in the world today.
Waiting for you to call almost. You almost feel like that.
We're a certified financial group, where we're planning tomorrow, today.
What is a fiduciary? When it comes to investing, a fiduciary is legally required to act in your best interest. For 40 years, planners at Certified Financial Group have been guiding our local clients toward financial peace of mind. The rest of the world is still catching up, but our team of certified financial planners are the local, experienced fiduciaries you can trust. Certified Financial Group are your Central Florida planners. Call us today.
40 years ago, I had a dream of building the best personal financial consulting firm in Central Florida. Now, with 14 certified financial planners acting as fiduciaries, I believe we're there. But don't take my word for it.
As we approach retirement, we have the freedom of choice.
Peace of mind that we now have. That's everything to us.
The people that work here are honest and caring, and I feel like I can go to sleep at night.
So schedule your no-obligation visit today at financialgroup.com, where we're planning tomorrow, today. For more than 40 years, our certified financial planner professionals, acting as fiduciaries, have been providing retirement planning and asset management for a fee to countless families across Central Florida.
We've been with Certified since 1992.
We're now into the third or fourth generation of clients that have come to CFG and the team here to do a great job.
It's been so long since I've been doing this that I just don't even worry about anything anymore.
We're a certified financial group, where we're planning tomorrow, today. fiduciary approach of providing retirement planning and investment management for a fee seems to resonate with our clients. But don't take my word for it.
I knew a gentleman that I worked with who had come to Certified Financial Group.
A friend of mine recommended them, and they were totally correct how good they are.
I had heard from somebody else that it was the best one in town.
I've sent several of my teacher friends here.
We're Certified Financial Group, but we're planning tomorrow, today.
As an investor, you want peace of mind. You need to know that your advisor is not only thoroughly competent, but also a fiduciary. In other words, he or she is acting at all times in your best interests. You need to trust your advisor, regardless of how much money you have to invest or what part of the world you're in. It might not be your money you're entrusting the advisor with. Perhaps you're a board member of a charity or foundation whose future depends on prudent investment. Or perhaps you have the responsibility of making investment decisions on behalf of other people. As the trustee of a retirement plan, the decisions you make can have a direct impact on the lives of your employees. Whatever type of investor you are, the solution is to use an advisor certified by the Center for Fiduciary Excellence. A CFEX certified advisory firm demonstrates its adherence to a global fiduciary standard of excellence, a defined standard with specific criteria covering 21 best practices. The documented, repeatable processes and the evidence-based decision-making that CFEX demands are more likely to generate investment portfolios that match client needs and expectations. And because the firm voluntarily agrees to a rigorous annual audit, investors can rest assured that their advisor continues to work to the highest professional standards. This independent verification is even more critical for trustees and investment committee members of retirement plans who are legally required to conduct regular due diligence on their service providers. Use a CFEX certified firm, and that job has been done already by an expert at no expense to the plan. So why leave anything to chance? Insist on working with investment professionals you can truly trust. Insist on using a CFEX certified advisor.
Back to On the Money right here on WDBO 107.3 FM AM 580, always streaming inside your WDBO app. Certified financial planners Rodney Ownby and Joe's son Aaron Bert in the studio today. No one heard that. No one. Moving on is in the studio today. So if you want to join the conversation, got about 4 minutes left. 844-580-9326. But more likely, you're going to want to write down this number, which will be available off the air for just a few more minutes. 407-869-9800. We have Wynn Smith standing by off the air to answer any questions you may have. That number again is 407-869-9800. Rodney Ownby, Aaron Bert, got a text question that came in. And me being here at WDBO, I hear this word and I think of a hurricane, but this may mean something different to your world. What is Irma with two A's? IRMAA.
Our good friend Irma. I love Irma. Actually, I don't really like Irma that much.
Yeah, nobody does.
Yes. Irma. So Irma is it's a Medicare surcharge. A lot of people don't realize that this occurs when you're in retirement and on Medicare. If you're on Medicare this year, the Part B premium is $174.70, right? So that's how much an individual pays for Part B if you're on Medicare. However, you only pay that if you make less than $206,000 as a couple in 2022. So if you made more than that, Irma comes and visits you. And Irma is the surcharge that the government charges people who earn more money than the $206,000. And so the Irma surcharge continues to increase as your income goes up. So if you go over $206,000, your Irma could jump to your premium could jump to $244. So that's about
an extra $70.
An extra $70 a month, by the way. And
Part B, right?
Correct. Yeah. Part B. Part D also goes up a little bit. If you make more than $258, you jump up to $350 in premium. If you're a real high earner, and this isn't just income. It could be just income, but if you're earning money from income or Social Security is included in there, dividends and capital gains and all this other stuff, Or if you sell a house, which we've seen that hit people as well. So if you sell a house for a big chunk of money and, they do that look back, your IRMA is going to jump. And it can go up as high as almost $600 a month your premium could be because IRMA came and visited you because you were a high earner in one particular year. So that's one of the things that we deal with.
And it stands for Income-Related Medicare Adjustment Amount, right?
Yeah.
That's why the 2 A's.
The government loves to make up those acronyms to whether it's a bill or a law or whatever. So that's our friend Irma, who comes and visits a lot of our clients, and then they're always saying, well, why is my Medicare going up? Actually, the question we get is, why is my Social Security going down? Because it's deducted directly from your Social Security, and that's because your Medicare premiums went up. These are the things that we try to mitigate and help our clients navigate day in and day out here at the Certified Financial Group, and that's what Rodney and I and the other 14 Certified Financial Planner professionals do. Again, day in and day out for our clients. We talk about IRMA, we talk about Medicare, we talk about Social Security and investing and retirement planning and helping people like Sue, who called earlier, try to figure out ways to best administer trusts and pass on assets to their beneficiaries in the smartest, most efficient way and help them manage those assets going forward. So helping people accumulate and then decumulate and get them to and through retirement. Again, that's what we do day in and day out here at the Certified Financial Group. So if you're interested in contacting us, you can go to our website. Again, financialgroup.com. That's also where you can sign up for any of those seminars that we mentioned earlier, financialgroup.com, or you can give us a call on Monday at 407-869-9800. Again, 407-869-9800. And we appreciate you all listening today.
Thank you so much, Aaron Bert, Rodney Ownby with the Certified Financial Group. You have just listened to On the Money, where we are planning tomorrow.
Today.
With that Certified Financial Group.